Hello, welcome back to X-Plane 11. Thank you very much for joining me in this video, and today we are going to be continuing to take a look at the Orbx scenery of Great Britain South with the TrueEarth. However, we're also going to be flying this JustFlight T1 trainer again, so you all know this aircraft, so we're going to be flying this aircraft again in the colours of the Red Arrows, of course. And today we're going to be how do I get back in there? There we go. We are going to be flying out from RAF Valley, and as the actual video title says, I'm going to be flying the Mach Loop for the first time. So the Mach Loop for the first time is going to be sort of in this direction, and we're going to see, first of all, if I can find it, and two, if I can actually navigate it. And of course we'll be looking at it with the Orbx scenery, which actually does cover this area, but of course at the moment this area that you're seeing right here doesn't actually cover, and you'll see us switch into that Orbx scenery. So it's another way for you guys to be able to see the difference as we enter the scenery. So make sure you stay tuned for what could be a very entertaining video. Hopefully I don't crash. Alright, so I'm ready to go, and as a matter of fact I actually have head tracking enabled today, so let's see what else we need. Not emergency, that will do. That will swap over, though we don't actually need the tack and channel. Everything else is good. Flaps can go down like so. Right, everything else seems okay. Let's dim these a little bit. That's good. Okay, let's go take off and have a look at Orbx's scenery and the Mach Loop itself. So, brakes released. Throttle up. This is going to be interesting. Again, I'm using my left hand. And of course I'm also using the whole head tracking, so this is going to really change things up for me. We're up. Gear up. Wait for a few hundred feet. Let's make sure that's correct. Flaps in. And let's start flying towards the Mach Loop. So first things first is I'm going to fly sort of in this direction. So we're going to try and maintain some sort of runway heading, which is about what, 190 is what we're looking for. So I'm sort of just looking down here at 190. And of course you can see it on the compass as well, just up above. Which is pretty good, because then I don't have to look too much. I don't have to keep looking down. I'm not going to obviously check my vertical speed, but we've got two altimeters as well, so we're okay. Right, let's start leveling off around 4,000 feet here. Or somewhere around that. That wasn't too bad. Obviously not used to this military aircraft. We're still climbing. We can have a look, and as you can see, this is currently default X-plane scenery. So you can see the default X-plane scenery right here, and we're about to see, in fact you might just be able to see us swapping into the new scenery. Right, also going to slow the aircraft down a bit as we reach 400 knots, which is quite fast. And at this point I'm going to turn in towards Wales. So I'm going to turn in this way. And we do get to have a good look at the scenery, and there you go, you can just see ahead of us the scenery actually changing. 450 knots. We're now reaching the upper limits of this actual aircraft. That's not a problem though. Not a problem. It's got us down nicely again to 3,500 feet. And there you go. That is a prime example right there of the scenery changing. There's the line. That's where Orbx's scenery kicks in. And you can just immediately see the difference. There is an immediate difference there. And that's why Orbx's scenery is worth purchasing. So there you have it. Okay, so to get into the Mach Loop, this is going to be an interesting one. The approach I'm going to do... Let's pull up Avitab so I can tell you which approach I'm going to do. The approach I'm going to do is the one from Barmouth. And at the moment, I think we're heading in, and the first one we're going to see is Porthmadog. We've got Harlech there. I think it's pronounced Harlech. Then we've got Barmouth down here. So we don't want to go too far down. We don't want to go down to this side. That's the other side of the Mach Loop. That's the bottom part. We want to go in here. Then we're going to go here and turn in. And that's the actual loop itself. That road, or these roads here. So that's where we work on it. So let's leave that in like so. Let's make it's nice and small actually, and pop that in there. So that's our is that our entrance in? I feel like that's the first one. That's the first one. So the next one is our entrance in. So I've got to keep an eye out for our entrance. I think that's it. That's the start of the loop. So here we go. Let's get ourselves prepared for an entry into the loop. So we're going to turn heading about 040. And we'll continue along, and then we're going to switch completely visual. And we're just going to fly into the loop. And as you can see, the loop takes us down a heading of about 200. Then it goes down and swings over to about 170, then down to 180 temporarily, then it goes back up to about 060, then it goes pretty much north, swings around. At one point it's actually due north, then it swings around, then it comes back in somewhat west. So here's the entrance. This is Barmouth. And we're going to try and keep as low as we possibly can. As I said, I'm not quite used to the loop. And first things first is we've got to work out how I'm going to get into the loop. So as far as I know, I turn down here, follow it along, follow the road, and there's actually an entrance into the loop from the town. So that's what we're going to do now. Any resident that lives in this town, or anybody visiting this town down here, they probably know immediately what the aircraft that's turning in is about to do. Hello folks. Alright, we're at 400 knots, and I feel like that's pretty fast for this loop, so I'm actually going to ease off a little bit. I want to ease off to about maybe 350 if I can, but also at the same time we need to drop my altitude, which is what I'm doing now. So I've dropped the altitude as we come in here, and let's see, what's the entrance into the loop? I think I see the entrance. Let's try and make sure we get this right though. Don't follow the river, follow that road, there we go. Okay. And then where are we looking? I think this one. Here we go, I see it. I see the entrance. And now we turn in. So now I'm actually having to concentrate somewhat to navigate through this loop. Of course, the scenery, once again, at the low altitudes it starts showing, but this looks far better than any default X-Plane scenery. I'm sure if I put the roads back in, it would be just as good. So here we go. Into the loop. We might do a couple of attempts at this. We're not going to exit. We're not going to exit at that corner. We're actually going to attempt to continue on this loop by peeling off. So lift the nose, peel off in this direction. Pretty hard turn, like that. Ooh. Let it climb, because this part's very sort of snaky, like so. I'm actually going to bring this down a little bit for us, so you guys can actually see the entire loop. And then at this point, I'm actually going to turn in, dive down, get pretty close, and then immediately, as we turn in here, I'm going to do the turn, pull up, swing over, swing around, over, down. There we go. And we're going to swing it around this way, right over to the town where the loop gets its name from. And then swing it back. At this point we're going to gain some altitude as we turn the aircraft around. And then we're going to dive back in. And now we dive. And there we go, diving back into the valley at quite a rate of knots. We're currently at 300 plus knots, and now at this point I'm actually going to max out the power, keep it nice and low as we fly through the valley, rattling the houses along the way. Swing it this way, follow the river, pull it along, get back onto the road like that. Speeds in excess of 400 miles an hour. Bringing it along, watching the lag, pulling the throttles back, diving back down, bring those throttles back all the way, shed some speed. Using the elevator to bring the aircraft over, doing a few overbanks, then we're going to brake to the left. You can see a shadow of the aircraft just down there. Brake to the left, swing it over to the right for a swing into just past these trees. See that gap? We're going to swing it into that. And swing it all the way. And that is part of the Mach Loop almost done. In fact, one run of the Mach Loop almost done. And at this point, again, we can bring it fairly close to the ground. There we go. And we're going to try that again. Now, I don't feel like that was a great attempt at the Mach Loop. At this point, pull it up, pull back. And there we go, we're through one run of the loop. Now at this point we could peel off north, and that would be us on an exit. So we'd be climbing in altitude and peeling off north. But we are not going to do that. We are actually going to turn back in. So at this point we bank left, pull back and align ourselves up once again. So let's see what we can do. Back in. Now this part of the loop is probably the easiest part of the loop, as we come down through this. And of course that's, as I said, that lake there, that's an exit as well. That's a way off the loop. And the loop is only one way. This is a one-way loop. That's difficult. I will say that's really difficult. You really have to do a lot of overbanks. And an overbank is where you're going pretty much upside down to get the aircraft turned around, or over 90 degrees of bank to get the aircraft turned. And that's something that I'm not comfortable with on the Hawk at the moment. And especially with head tracking. There's an overbank. Yeah, it's something I'm not all too confident with yet on the Hawk. But we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. And over the town. That's a much better exit through that section. And now we can follow this valley along once again. And that's two, well, once we're done, that will be 2 loops of the Mach Loop. That wasn't actually too bad. I wish I could have gone faster. And I wish I could have got closer to the ground. But that's not too far off what the actual pilots would do. And it's not, what I'll say is it's not easy. Getting that loop correct is not easy. As you can see, I'm still not too, that sort of that squiggly bit there, I'm still not comfortable with, even after going around it twice. But this area is very nice, very easy. So what we're going to do is once we pull out of the loop, to finish this video off, I am going to just climb to about, should we say about 6,000–7,000 feet, and then at 6,000–7,000 feet, I will have a look at Wales. We'll have a look at a nice view of Wales. That's a good turn in. Much better than last time. Much better than last time. Keeping it close. Right. And up here. Here we go. Exiting the Mach Loop. And there we have it. 2 loops done. That wasn't so bad. So now to climb a significant amount and see what we can see in Wales. So again, we're not going to turn back to the area where Orbx actually has its stuff. Can't wait until Orbx have got the other 2 parts, Central and North, done. That would be awesome. Great Britain Central and Great Britain North, which will be, I'm assuming the majority would be Scotland. Alright, let's pull this all the way around. There you go. Now we really get to see Wales. Look at that. And I did say I'd show you guys Wales, didn't I? In the last video. In the last video that I made, I did say I'd show you guys all these different parts of Wales. But there you go. Welcome to Wales from about what? 6,000 feet? The starter. This aircraft is really, really awkward. When it comes to actually flying the aircraft and keeping the trim decent. Probably why if I tried to land it again I would fail spectacularly. But yeah, there you go, there's Wales. And it really, really does look rather spectacular. And some of these roads being roads that I've actually driven through, seeing them from this sort of altitude, it's a whole new perspective of things. And that over there, of course, is England. Which, in all honesty, we could probably fly to Birmingham in the next 10 minutes at this speed. Yeah, we probably could. Because I think every 6 minutes we're doing about 50 miles every 6 minutes. And Birmingham's not far from here. But there you have it, that's Wales. Should we pull up Avitam and see exactly whereabouts we are? Find me, please. There we go. There's Aberystwyth. Aberystwyth is just out that. Where is it? Just out that way. We're about halfway through Wales right now. And of course we're heading down towards areas that we've already been. And at a rapid rate, I may add. What speed are we doing? Almost 500 knots. That's Aberystwyth right there. That over there, Herefordshire. I think Herefordshire is right. Is it Herefordshire or is it all Gloucestershire? I don't know. Or Worcestershire. Or Worcestershire, however you want to pronounce it. Might be Herefordshire, I don't know. This is interesting, I never knew that these mountains look like this, in this height. And of course, we're coming up now towards Ebruvale, Aberganvi, Abertili, Pontypool, Cwmbran, Pontypridd, and as you can see, Carmarthen, Llanelli, Swansea, Port Talbot, Cardiff, Newport, all these areas now that we know. Bridgend, down towards Bristol. But, as you can see, before we get there, we do have a few more mountains to navigate. And I feel like I've found a nice, happy altitude to fly at. Yeah, I feel like I found a nice, happy altitude to fly at the moment. Well, he says still descending a little bit. That's probably because I opened my mouth. There we go. So this is a more flatter area of Wales, it seems. Before we go into another mountain range. And again, a lot of this is RAF. A lot of this is RAF. So you'd see a lot of military jets flying around this area. I think this is called Brecon. And then obviously up there, this is all controlled by Valley, I think. And this is all Brecon. It's a RAF Valley, and you've got different air bases in this area, I think. But anyway, we're about 25 minutes in. I feel like maybe it's about time we ended this this video. I did want to land this aircraft, but I'm not sure where the nearest airport down here is. Welshpool is back that way. It does look good though. It does look absolutely stunning. incredible detail here. Hang on a tick. What's that? Little town? Who and what are you? Oh, guess what? It's Brecon. Well, that's convenient. I just happened to pass over Brecon. But anyway, that's hopefully giving you a really good look at Wales in this, and of course there's so much more that we could explore. There's so many different areas. So if you want me to have a look at more areas in Orbx, do let me know in the comments box below. I think I just want to fly around in a few of these places now, but if there's anything you want me to have a look at, like I said, just let me know in the comments box below. Whether it's other aircraft as well, there might be other aircraft, civilian or military, you might want me to try out. And of course there's more coming with the Zebo mod. I do want to, of course, get a lot more going on the Zebo mod. There's the coast of Wales. There's the River Severn, or the Severn Estuary. I'm not going to dare land in Swansea. I don't think this aircraft is capable of that. But yeah, if there's anything else you guys want me to see, please do let me know. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on X-Plane 11. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon. www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your supports will be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. This looks really cool. Also, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/ECGadget, and you can find me on social media at ECGadgetLP for both Twitter and Instagram. I don't think the head tracking in this Orbx scenery, as it's getting more built up, is working too well. I think my graphics card's going, no, please save me, stop. That's all from me, and I'll see you guys next time in X-Plane 11, where, oh come on, this is just absolutely stunning. I'll see you guys then.